because I know some students or some schools do have their ceremonies coming up, and they're already scheduled for either April, end of this month, April or May.
Well, related to that, what do we do about the annual report?
Ruth and I had talked about that.
Kevin and I spoke about that, and we are pushing the deadline back to May 1st. So the deadline for the end of the year report is now May 1st. You're the first group that's hearing it. I said this to the Board of Governors via email, and that's not just the end of the year, but also the chapter of the year
Chapter distinction, yeah.
Chapter distinction award application, and we do have a rubric. So I'll be sending the ICRE office an email with how it's going to be laid out, and that way everybody has the new rubric and can mark their calendars for May 1st as the new deadline date.
May 15th wouldn't be better? We're on the quarter system, and so we go till June. That would just give us a little comfort. But
having yours in by May 15th would be great, and then we can just. You mean I would just thought to go ahead and to announce who they are after May 15th?
No, I mean to get our report in.
Yeah, if you need an extension for May 15th, there's no reason why we wouldn't still accept it, Chris, for May 15th.
Okay.
The way that the chapter distinction, once we get all of the applications in, it goes out to the Board of Governors, and then we go through each application in a rubric, and then there's a numeric tablet through Excel that as I'm getting each board member their scores back from each of the applications. So if we have 10 scores on their Excel sheet, they would just have the tabulations of their final totals for each of the applications. And then I bring that back, and then I add them up, and then the top 3 with the most points, that's how it happens. Just for clarification.
Do you see a problem with the 15th? I don't see a problem with the 15th, unless you do, Ruth.
No, I don't. If people even need till June 1st, but.
Okay, good, because the group service project was scheduled for early April. And it's not going to be held right now. The event's not going to be held. So we're scrambling to see what to do about that. And if we could just have some time to see what our community is going to do and what options our students could do to contribute and give back so we can get that done.
Well, that's up to Ruth, because she's going to be working with the Board of Governors to tally those up. So she needs to let you know how much time.
Well, we're not going to go for chapter distinction. We're not going to try for that. We just want to get the requirements completed.
So maybe, Chris, when Ruth talks to the Board of Governors, they can come to that date and send it out to everyone. Would that be okay?
Sure. I just don't imagine I'm alone in having that problem with your community service being canceled.
Well, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, I think the 15th would be easier for many of us. Our semester ends on May 3rd. And so trying to get, with everything online now, trying to get all the classes graded, et cetera, by the 15th. But by May 3rd, let alone this report, that way we can do it after our semester ends.
Right.
I mean, we're all ops people, so we're flexible, right? I'll just take it back to the board, and then we'll get it out. But I appreciate the comments, because when Kevin and I initially talked, we didn't take that into consideration of the quarter system for some of the schools, and giving everyone enough time. So we obviously want to give everyone enough time to be able to complete the reports.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That is good, very good feedback. Thank you.
Evan, what sort of timeline are we on from once you physically get it to when it is put in the mail?
We operate on a 3-week processing time.
Okay.
And I don't see why as long as everything is normal and we are in the office here in Virginia, I don't see why that would change. And even if things were on lockdown, I live 3 minutes around the corner. So things are going to go as normal. The 3-week processing time.
Thank you.
From an
No problem.
idea standpoint to the Board of Governors, I appreciate the single gold cord, but I think we could do so much more, and I think it is a potential revenue stream to really put forth something that we're proud of as compared to. So I guess I'm looking for a full stole and would really feel that, once again, you know, how do we showcase the hospitality program to the rest of the university? And the single gold cord has never done it for me. So just as a FYI, this is Reg from JMU.
Hey, Reg, one idea related to that, both UMass and now at DePaul have restrictions for graduation gowns, what students can wear.
Okay.
So we had to get the gold cord approved, but they were very touchy about what could be done. I don't know if other institutions have that challenge.
It's that way with a lot of schools.
Yes.
I hear that all the time.
Yeah, up at Boston, we had a challenge with the fact that our cord was gold, and that is the same color as honor, so we had to make a change.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm glad we're behind the times and we can do other things at JMU. So we will continue to break the rules and try to move forward.
All right. Good to hear from
Reg,
you.
I always enjoy you. I certainly
Yeah, it's
do.
good to hear from you.
Yes, Reg is back for us representing JMU, so that's exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, week 7, loving every minute of it. So there you go.
I felt it,
Yeah.
Reg.
That's it.
Okay, we have some really good ideas. Anybody else want to share their ideas of what they think they were going to be doing or how they're going to execute your spring induction ceremonies?
Ruth, hi, it's Donna, Stockton University. I just think, hey, Kev, I'm one of those people who had all the applications in. I'm wondering if you sent them back to the university where I haven't been for 2 weeks. And we only postponed our April 5th ceremony and are actually just still waiting. And then when I saw this webinar, I thought, let me just wait and see what some of the ideas are, because we are unsure about whether to try to still do something virtually. I'm just not sure how to do that when family members and a distinguished guest lecturer was involved. Two of our fundraisers were postponed because our fundraiser was to initiate a scholarship this year, and 2 of our fundraisers involved the restaurant profit sharing, where you get everybody to dine at a restaurant and then they give 20% of the sales. So they were all lined up for this month as well. Well, one was at the end of March and one was at April when we returned from spring break. So there's no fundraising occurring. We can't pull the parents and distinguished, the speaker. We're just in limbo. So I don't have any great suggestions. I'm sorry. And I was hoping to hear some. But then I also wondered if we do try to do something where we even just send out maybe their pins and their cords and their certificates. Kevin, are they getting sent back to my university, or perhaps I could have them sent to my home?
You could have them sent to your home. That's absolutely no problem. Actually, every ceremony that we have in-house right now that just has a university address, we've reached out to the advisor via email to ask if they'd like it mailed to an alternate address.
Okay. I didn't see that, but okay. But I'm also still not on. I'm not sure you've switched me over as the advisor of record, but I'll get with you on the side then and have it sent to my home, and that'll at least solve one problem.
Absolutely. Just
Thanks.
send me an email
Got it.
and we will take care of it.
But Donna, you're saying that your date is also changing, yes?
We postponed the April 5th induction ceremony.
Right.
We will now not be open until, and we're going virtual graduation on May 15th. And so we're not doing anything on campus until the end of May. I mean, we have a moratorium until the end of May until we see what happens. So and then they're kind of gone, and we wonder whether to. Anyway, I was just hoping to get idea, know what we're doing.
So indicate what new ceremony date you want to change it to also, or you want to just leave it the same.
I don't know. I mean, it's not the same because it will not be the 5th, but we don't have a new date yet.
Okay. Then we'll just go with what we have.
Yeah, but if we don't have a ceremony, then we might just do a mailed, piece to each student with a congratulatory letter, unfortunately, and then mail their stuff out. So
Right.
way I'll get the packets from you.
Okay.
Donna, is it
Mhm.
possible that your speaker might Zoom in with your group? Like, I'm not sure how many students you're talking about. I mean,
20,
certainly
26.
not the grandiose that you're talking about with family and,
Right.
I mean, I get all of that, but
Brunch and everything, right?
yeah, but I wonder, I'm sorry, but I just wonder if,
Sure.
just to have something to acknowledge their achievement. And
It's not off the table, but we just have not,
I
we're
understand.
putting out one fire at a time here, as you know.
And maybe your speaker would be happy to Zoom in with you.
Absolutely. That's not even an issue. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, yeah.
We're going to try. We are going to try. It's just, like I said, it's not on the front burner right now.
Got it.
Donna, has anybody from your, either your student exec or any of the students asked, since they thought it was gonna be April 5th? You know what I mean? That way you can try and still salvage.
They have not asked because our communication was, unfortunately, we're postponing at this time. And then we said, stay tuned until we make a decision about further plans. So they're in limbo intentionally.
Is anybody else in limbo? Anybody else's programs?
Well, on my applications I got, it says to be determined. Ours was going to be April 1st. We're online through the summer. So I don't know if I'll see these kids. I mean, I won't see them face to face till the fall.
Well, that's actually printed on the certificate, so you'll have to pick a ceremony date.
Okay.
So,
Good to know. Okay.
all right.
So Kevin, for
Okay,
those
we
of
were
us
in the
not
same
holding a
position. We
physical
were
ceremony, what do we put?
Whatever the date that you would like, maybe your virtual ceremony date, if that's what you'd like. Whatever date you'd like, we will make the ceremony as of that date.
Okay.
Maybe
just-
consider your graduation date as the date if you're not really sure.
That's a good idea.
All you need to do is just communicate to us what date you desire, and that's what will happen.
Easy peasy.
Not 100% easy peasy, but yeah, it'll be done. Yeah, pretty easy.
You know what we're doing at the University of Memphis? We're actually having a virtual, it's going to be a Zoom, where everyone's Zooming in. We have 19 being inducted. We're going to do the candle lighting ceremony.
Awesome.
We're pre-taping that with 5 of the students lighting the candles. We're going to have the keynote speaker Zoom in. And then as we're introducing each of the students, we're going to have with the certificates in by that time, showing a picture of the certificate for each student. And my current president's putting that together right now. So we're looking to just move forward as best we can, given all the circumstances.
You're gonna record that ceremony?
Yes, it'll all be recorded. Yes.
I wonder. I mean, when is your ceremony set for?
April 15th.
Okay. I don't know if that's anybody you want to share with anybody later on to show how to conduct one, but did you think that, Ruth?
Yeah.
Florida Gulf Coast. We're going to do the same thing Florida Gulf Coast on April 7th, Zoom ceremony.
So if those are successful and you record them, we'd be happy to share them with other people if they need ideas. That's up to you guys.
Okay.
So Ruth, to me, this begs the question, maybe the Board of Governors can wrestle with. If we're figuring out how to do it virtually this year, can we do it virtually any year?
I think that's definitely something that the Board of Governors will have to discuss and be able to figure out all of the requirements and then take it up to a vote and then take it up to the ICRE board.
It's a whole nother ballgame.
Yep.
So, Tiffany Legendre from University of Houston. I have a question. So, for the applications that I received for this semester, I don't have anybody graduating in May. So, our college and also myself and also our officers we are thinking that we're just not holding any ceremony this semester, but postponing everything to the next semester and then just induct all of them at the same time and the following semester. Would that be okay?
That would be fine. That would
Okay.
be absolutely fine. We will
What
work
if you
with
have
you.
graduating seniors that might miss it?
There is none.
Doesn't have any.
Doesn't
I
have
don't have
any.
any. Mhm.
So that'll work out well for
Did
you.
you hear that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anybody else in that boat where they think they're going to push everything to the fall semester?
No.
Donna? Okay.
Okay, and you,
Okay.
It's another viable option for these challenging times.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, in some of the schools, like Donna's case, it's a big celebration. So
Yeah, I know. They were excited.
yeah, it doesn't always lend itself virtually. Yeah. I would say, I guess my comment would be that if you do have graduating seniors, I feel like it would be best, even in a virtual mode, to do that than to have no ceremony. And I'm pretty committed to the idea that some of these students think academic achievement is their thing and they should be recognized for it. So if we do have graduating seniors, I think doing it virtually is the way to go over doing nothing. I think that's my message.
They deserve that acknowledgement.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Thank you
Okay,
for
does
what you
anybody?
do.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just thanking you for your leadership and what you do for us.
Thanks, Chris.
There's a question from
There's, as I
Shannon in the group chat.
Hold on a second, let me get to it.
It was something I thought you guys should address.
Okay.
Chris, you might want to put your thing on mute because there's a lot of background noise from your phone.
My 6 dogs running around.
It's like your name's up on the screen all the time because of the background noise.
All right. I'm Zoom challenged right now to find the question on the chat.
It's about asynchrony, Ruthie. Has anyone have concerns with asynchronous in terms of changes in student schedule? Good question.
Well, since I'm using Qualtrics, my whole thing is async.
So, but you had, Chris, so yours is Qualtrics, but is there a ceremony that goes along with it?
No, I have the oath in there that they're supposed to read and check a box that they agree.
Yeah. It's 100% asynchronous, right, Chris? 100% asynchronous.
100%.
Yeah. Whereas the Zoom option, right, is participative. And that's what you were doing, right, Tim? Yours was going to be where your students are still participating. I think Tim and Michael Collins, both of you had spoke that you guys were going to be doing Zoom and typing.
Yes, that's correct. We're going to be doing it. We're going to try to host it on the same date and time that we were planning on in the first place.
Yeah, that's my plan. Do a Zoom and just invite all the students to a Zoom meeting and then have different board members do the candle ceremony at their individual computers. I haven't figured out who I might get to speak to the group, but I'll try to get a speaker lined up. And that's the plan.
Okay.
I think it's great.
I think
one thing our president has done is she started collecting, because many of our students, of course, have been laid off from work because of the current situation. She's starting to take requests. So I'm going to try to get permission from the university to do some sort of care packages, because our event got canceled. That we were last Saturday we were supposed to do an event for the community, you know, our annual event as a group.
Service project.
Yeah, our service project. There we go. We were supposed to do that last Saturday, and it got canceled. So we're trying to get a list of students in need because they don't have an income coming in, and we're trying to get permission maybe to go do some food prep in our culinary lab and then distribute those, like drive-by, pick up a care package, if you will, with some ready-made food and stuff as a project. So hopefully we'll get that done sometime in the next few weeks. But that's really the major shift that we've had to make here.
Okay. Thank you for sharing. Is anybody else with their service learning still trying to make it happen for this semester? Will it be collectively or individually as members? Just curious.
So our service learning, we're not meeting the hours requirement of our service learning. And, you know, when you leave in March and you go until the end of April, that's when, of course, most of the events were planned. And so we are having to waive some of those requirements for graduating seniors. So, yeah. We'll get back to it, but there's just no, I mean, there's just, yeah, it's difficult. We have students who live all around the planet. So, yeah. We also wanted to say that to Shannon, just about, we run into this actually with iCree, just trying to schedule good times on a Zoom call if we want to do things synchronously. So, you know, Shannon, just keep that in mind, that if you have West Coast and APAC, you know, it's just, you know, if you want to do something synchronously, it just has to be at a really well thought out time for everyone to attend. That's all.
Okay, just for a quick recap, we're going to, I will type up the notes from today's meeting, put it in a Word doc of just some of the best practices that we heard from our colleagues, what they're doing. But we want to make sure that we are still giving Kevin and his team at least a minimum of 3 weeks. We want to try to continue the best that we can to ensure the students, especially the ones that are graduating this May, still have an opportunity to receive their cord and their certificate. And we've heard some really good ideas, so thank you everyone for sharing those. I'll get this into you by tomorrow afternoon, so that way I can type it up and have Joy and just a couple people have one last look over it. But we did push the date back. I will just verify that with all of the Board of Governors for the end of the year report and the chapter distinction applications for at least May 15th. If not, longer. We'll see what the board comes up with, but we'll have that also. And we're here to serve you. So we'll probably host, I know Jeff Beck was more than willing to make sure that we're servicing you, the members, the faculty advisors. And so if you see another call for another webinar for the induction ceremony, it might be a little repetitive, but it also might be, if there's more information than what we're doing for today's call, that's going to be on the next webinar. I'll be sure to make that distinction. That way you know and that your time is used wisely and you're not just adding another call onto all of the other calls that you have already filled in your schedule. So I appreciate everybody's time. Just for the sake, if anyone has any last minute comments or just want to give a good hurrah to everybody, because I know we've all been working so hard. With all the daily changes, I've been getting blast emails, not just from my institution, but from my former alumni at my University of Maryland Eastern Shore, just the perils that they're going through and the struggles of their first time firing, not just one, but their whole staff, and just trying to help guide them through the different things that are happening in their lives. So I know each of us are busy, and I really appreciate everyone's time that you took to be on today's call and contributing to make sure, because that's what we're here. We're here for the students. So thank you. And when I send out the email with what we discussed today, if there's any changes or revisions or something that's missed, please make sure that you get back to me. But I appreciate each of you, and I'm giving each of you a virtual hug and aloha from here in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Earlier, I think you probably saw my cat because she's attacking my feet as we speak. So if I can just have all of the board that's on the call, the BOG, if you can stay on the call just for a few minutes, I really would appreciate it. But thank you. Thank you, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
Thanks for attending.
Goodbye.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.